G'day guys, and welcome to War Thunder with the Magnificent Margon. I have actually had a great day. In battle modes all around the board. Tanks actually did pretty good for me today on tanks and ground forces. I don't know what I did today, but leaps and bounds everywhere. I played a lot of battles in the T70. I was a bit worried at first playing this. When I started off, it didn't look like that. I think I had tracks. I think I had the first round of ammunition stuff and training in parts. And 3 battles later, I had unlocked everything. I've really learned to understand about all the different ammunition shots now, and really go into it. I was surprised and caught off guard by how much this game evolves around the in-depth battling styles, and how much you've actually got to pay attention to all the little details. Now I know my crew is relatively good. Like I have spent some money on getting them to upgrade. Radio Pro is the only really one I haven't done anything on. So basically, it's been really good in general today. I went from being pretty terrible to just playing brilliant games all of a sudden in these tanks. The T70, I have now got it fully unlocked, and this tank fully unlocked within its prime is pretty good. I'm still getting used to artillery support. It is very hard to do artillery support, to actually get it to sort of hit the area you want. Haven't played too much of the T28. I played a lot when I was playing with Kaz last week, but I haven't actually played any battles with Kaz for a little while now, or anyone in general. I've just been playing by myself. But the T28, yeah, it's not a bad tank, but I actually prefer probably the T50 or even the T70 over it as my tanks of choice, and I've had a lot better games playing in them than I have in anything else, and I think that's what it comes down to. I've actually been having a lot more fun doing what I do best in those tanks. The T28, it's not a bad tank. Like I was playing with Kaz with it, and I was having some really good games, and I think it comes down to the fact that I've now learned how the different bullets and stuff and shots work, that it's changing all those little factors and details for me. I have played a few battles in my Zis30, and when I actually got this thing in the right position, I played one battle and I got that, and I got that, and I got that in one battle, plus I did that little bit of the suspension upgrade, and I was laughing. That battle was probably actually, and that was the last battle I played today, before I had to zip off back to work. And I always had a lot of trouble with this tank getting into positions to be able to do damage, and all of a sudden I just sat just behind my tanks, letting them take the shots, shoot, and playing sort of a bit of a peekaboo tactic with this, and just pulling out, taking 2 quick shots, and I was blowing targets up, and I just couldn't believe how good this tank is. And I've only got the standard ammunition at the time. I've only just unlocked the APH rounds. Otherwise I just had the standard high explosive with ballistic cap shells that I've been firing, whereas now I've got just the armor piercing high explosive ones. Don't know which one's better. I imagine these ones would be better. Muzzle velocity same, 22, yeah, penetration's better. really the penetration is better. So you'll get inside the tank and blow up and do some probably modular damage and crew damage better with that shot. So the Zis30, I've actually started to get into it. It was very hard at the start when I was learning because I couldn't get it into the positions and I couldn't find the right player to play this. Now I've got the hang of it. The tank actually works for me quite nicely. Also, so you know, I unlocked the KV1. I did that last night. That's the KV1. That's the KV1 there. And I got the partway through my T34. So all in all, it's actually been a relatively good day. Now I'm just going to zip over while I'm talking to that battle there. And this was the last battle I played, which is pretty well on my Zis, because I had a little bit to go on the T70. I think I started with the T70. I had one battle with the T70, and I just thought, well, I'll just go in there, do a bit of damage, and see what I can do quickly. And that was the whole point of it. Just so I can... Oh, that's why I ran into him. Now, I have a real problem when I do start playing on this map. I can't remember what this map's actually called. I generally come down here. Now, there's a lot of smoke, as you can see. Is it coming down here? Yes, it's coming down here. And I always seem to hit this rock and detract myself. don't know how many times today I have hit this rock. Of course, now everyone runs into me. And he's stuck on me now. And I actually saw the flag today, and I'm actually thinking of putting a couple of flags on my tank. But I'm sitting here, and just over that way, there are a couple of tanks. Now, I don't think I can see them quite in this. There they are. And I start playing more of a sniper role, and I start doing some damage on these tanks while I'm sitting here repairing my tank. I've got nothing better to do, so, and there I go again. I've been smashed by another person. And it just wasn't pretty. I'm trying to repair this tank, and every bastard's coming down this hill. And I thought, you know what? I'm repaired now. It's time to move on. Let my turret come round, so it's in a position that's useful for me before I move out here. And I've got a Zis30 beside me. It's too bad. Oh, and there's the artillery. Now, I heard that. Now, that was me. I actually called in an artillery fire over those guys there just to clear them off, because I needed to move up, and the best thing for me to do is to push them out and get them out of the way. Now, there's my tracks have been damaged again. And there's someone else calling in another artillery fire. So this was the opportunity to move up. Now we've cleared them out quite nicely. I took a pot shot then at the T28 over that gorge there. And I've been hit again. Oh, now I did hear on a Mingles with Jingles, not Mingles with Jingles, but the Jingles video today about some guy driving around with white war paint on his tank. Now, I didn't believe someone would do that until I saw this chap here drive past me in his German tank. I think that's the PZ3. And I couldn't stop laughing. I roared with laughter thinking, yeah, you think you're invisible, buddy? Like, the only time you're invisible is when you're going through the smoke that I'm currently going through. But each to their own when it comes to war paint, each to their own. Now, I haven't done any real war painting stuff yet. I thought, I'm not going to do anything drastic with my tanks. I'm just going to play the game first. And go from there and get the hang of it. I didn't want to just jump in the deep end and struggle. I did have a little bit of a look today after I finished up, but ended up being in a position. Oh, that's right, that was the 28 when he came around the corner. That was a 28 I called the artillery shot on earlier. So I'm trying my hardest to actually help out this guy, but I'm in his way too much. But it's sort of one of those things where I'm trying my best to help him. Oh, that's right, they've called an artillery shot in here, I believe. Yeah, they called artillery in, and I've come back here as far as I can and hugged this position here, and I'm watching just shells. Shells are just landing everywhere, and yeah, and there I go. Go around the corner, I thought, you know what, well, I've done plenty of damage in this tank now, I'm not too worried. Added ammunition loadout burnout, and thought, yeah, okay, time to play my Zis. Now I just jumped in, rolled up straight ahead, ready to assault the A marker, which you can see flashing in the map there. There's a guy just down the valley there, right there, and I went, you've got to be kidding me. I want to grind some XP in this tank. I went, this is going to be another one of those games where I play 10-second battles with my Zis, and I'm not going to actually play. Alright, now I had 2 of these tanks. Now you get 2 sort of reserve tanks, and I thought, I'm not going to rush up. And I sat here, and I destroyed someone. Just by parking there. And I went, oh, what? I just blew him up? What's going on? Okay, cool. And then it clicked to me that I need to use other tanks with this tank. Because it's a paper thin tank as the cover, and I use big, and my track just ate that one, and I just destroyed the T70. And this is where I realised, okay, I've now got the hang of ground forces. Ground forces is starting to work for me, and I'm in that position now where I'm happy at long last, and I'm glad that it's all working for me, and it has taken a fair bit. Okay, that's right. I tried to go on the sniper mode last time. So I'm currently using this German tank or something, I can't remember what it is, as cover. Took a pot shot at him, and he's just got, it's one of the low ones, I can't think what he is. Pulled out, pulled out a little too far, took a pot shot, and there goes a stog. Fired again, no, just missed him, and I was having hard trouble getting this guy. There we go, destroyed him. There goes the PZF 3 Austin E. Righto, and that was the end of the battle, and we actually won this one. We won it quite convincingly. So it turned around from being sort of difficult for me to play to all of a sudden now things seem to be working for me. And it all comes down to just those little factors you learn in game, and I do recommend exploring out there for different people's videos. Now there are a lot more people, a hell of a lot better than I am, but I thought if I went in here and just went tick, that's the one I want to use, it would arm that automatically. No, it doesn't do that. You actually have to physically set it up. Now when you go into the battle, you'll come up with your tank screen. It'll actually have an ammunition layout selection there, and you actually choose all the shots, how many shots you want to take before you go into the battle, and pre-select it. Now I'm sure there is a way to pre-select it before you go into battle. Not entirely sure how you do that. I haven't been able to figure out that option as of yet. Chat, new messages, but I'm sure there is a way, and I haven't found it. So the easiest way I've found is when you come into your starting window and you're choosing your tanks after you've hit battle to go in, you just choose the ammunition type layout you want to use as you go into the battle. So that's all I can recommend to do, and really pay attention to those small little details, and it makes your game so much better. Because I've been firing normal round shots thinking I was firing something decent, going, this is shit, for quite a few battles now. Now I know these things, might as well, while I'm learning, pass it on as quick as I can, so that way then you don't have the same problems as I do. So there you go. Finally got the Zis to actually work for me. I've had a paper thin tank playing terribly for quite a while. T50, it is a little demon tank, as I would call it. It's pretty troll, like the angling armor and everything like that. And if you angle this tank properly, and that's the key, This is all about angling. You angle, your armour gets thicker and whatever else, and as this is quite thick with the 45-degree slope that's nearly on the front of this, giving it a much thicker, but it's a thinner sheet, but much thicker penetration for bullets to go through. If you're angling it right, I find this tank can pretty well bear anything that it gets fired at it, and it is pretty good, and that's the same for the T70. Now the T28, I haven't played it for a few battles now, so now I know all the ammunition layout. I probably will jump in a few more times in 28, but I don't think I'll use the 28 much longer. I've actually been thinking about in here actually going back and playing the 26, maybe even the B7. I don't even think I played B7, or did I? Let's have a look. No, I didn't play much on the B7. T26, I didn't really play. I think I played a couple of battles in it. Oh, it looks like I did play a couple of battles in it. And the T60, I don't even ever remember playing it. No, never even played this one. And it's got like a flak cannon basically, so I've sort of been thinking that could be interesting to play. So, because I have seen the flak sort of cannon ones, I thought, well, maybe I could play the T60. Maybe it won't be as bad as I think. Going into what the T70 is like, the T60 is not too bad. B27, yeah, it's pretty good. And it's the reserve tank, I believe, by memory, and no, the 26 is the reserve tank. So, yeah, come and go in my opinion. I may go back and play them for a bit, waiting for Kaz to finish unlocking his tier 1 tanks and going into tier 2 together. I'm starting just to farm basically to get the tanks like the T34s, the KV1 Zis. It will probably be another one I'll get, the SUs I'll unlock, but I'll probably get the T80. I don't think I'll play the T80 too much, but you never know, it could surprise me. The T70 surprised me to be a half decent tank when you start to learn and know what to do, so maybe the T80 will surprise me as a light tank and do just as good. So there you go. I know it's been sort of a half decent sort of short bake one, covering a few things that I've been able to cover over the last few days and learn about. That way then you can also see probably one of my better games. That Zis game was actually quite good, and now that I'm getting the hang of it, it allows you to see that I am improving. So yeah, if you like this video, hit the like button. I don't get the like button much, so just hit the like button to make me feel better. Sometimes it makes me feel good to see a like, and I have seen a couple of likes. Subscribe buttons there, you guys know what to do by now. I've said enough time in my previous videos. Hit the red button and off we go from there. Facebook page is in the description. Emails there, if you want to send me an email, go ahead. It's in the description. Outside of that, guys, can't say much else. It's interesting, you got lights on these tanks. I haven't played a night battle yet. That might be actually quite interesting. I wonder if there is a night battle. That would be fun. I suppose in the plains I've played in heavy fog in a plane where you fly around mountain ranges and you're pretty well turning at the last seconds to avoid the mountain before you run into it at top speed. So that's interesting. Yeah, outside of that, guys, thanks for watching. Happy hunting. I'll see you on the battlefield.